everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is kind of special. I am responding to a comment that I got in one of my last videos, and it was basically asking for advice for when friends are ignoring you or being rude and bullying you because of your disabilities. And honestly, I think that this is a great video to make and a great topic to discuss. When I was reading this comment, it brought back so many memories to the surface that I had kind of pushed down, because this actually happened to me so much when I was younger. I used to get bullied so much, and I kind of not really forgot about it, but I kind of pushed it down to the back of my mind to the point where I just didn't allow myself to think about it anymore, because it just seems like so many lifetimes ago and I just didn't want to think about it. But reading this comment, you know, made me realize that so many people go through the same thing, and I want to be helpful to anyone who's going through similar things, because I can promise you that it only gets better. So if you're new here, my name is Shreya. I make videos every single week, and I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and the bell to join the family and never miss a notification. Alright, so growing up, I don't really remember a time where I wasn't bullied or where people weren't making little jabs at me because I couldn't hear them. I remember sitting in a classroom and the teacher asked the class, "Can everyone hear this okay?" And I raised my hand and I said, "No, I can't hear this okay." All the kids started laughing at me, and one of the kids go, "Oh yeah, it's because she has those earplugs in her ears." And the teacher was like, no, that actually helps her. And she was trying to educate the class about my hearing aids, and it was just a really uncomfortable moment for me, because I realized that I was the only kid who couldn't hear in the classroom, and I don't know, it just made me feel so singled out. After that moment, I had so many kids coming up to me at recess and asking me about it and sort of making fun of me, and it was just the worst feeling in the world. But I was really young, like preschool. I didn't get bullied at all for it, because when you're that young, you don't really notice those things, and you're just little kids, and I don't know, it's just like, it's not really a big deal. But as soon as you get older, like in the middle stages of elementary school, people just turn so freaking mean, and that's where it really affected me the most. So I would say that the bullying got really bad around 3rd to 4th grade. What would happen is people wouldn't ask me about it anymore. They would just stop hanging out with me, or when I was there, they would just ignore me, because they knew that if they talked to me, they would have to repeat the question, or I wouldn't be able to respond, and it was just an awkward time. And I guess looking back at it, like when you're a little kid, you don't really want to associate yourself or hang out with people that aren't as up to speed as you are. I don't know, like I kind of understand it, but it's not okay, and it makes you work that much harder when you're in the same position that I was in. And maybe it's not as outright as being physically bullied or verbally abusive bullying, which I did have a lot of, but it's the little things, like wanting to hang out with a certain group of people and they ignore you, or they keep you out of the circle, and it's really not a good feeling. And then you start to believe that you actually are not worth it, or you're not good enough to hang out with those people, and that's the damaging part. So I told my mom about this in 4th grade, because there was this particular group of girls who would never really say anything when I hung out with them, but they would always just seclude me and not talk to me. I couldn't really hear anything that they were saying anyway, so I couldn't really participate in the conversation. So it's really awkward, and it puts you in a weird position where you can't really say that they're leaving you out because you're not participating in what they're doing, because you can't hear them. So I told my mom about it, and she told me to just talk to the girls and tell them that I couldn't hear anything, so if they could please try to speak up louder and help me out a little bit. And being a young little innocent kid, I walked up to the girls and I was like, "Hey, you know, I really can't hear you. I really like you guys. I wish I could participate in your conversations and hang out with you more, but it's just really hard for me, so can you please help me out?" And the one girl who was like the leader of the group, I guess, she was like, "Yeah, sure, blah blah blah," except it was really weird. It wasn't genuine. She wasn't looking me in the eye or anything like that. But being a young kid, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be best friends with these people. I just had all the faith in the world that everything was gonna be okay, and then we get to recess, I hang out with these girls, and it's literally the exact same, and I was just so confused. And I thought they had forgot about our conversation earlier, so I pulled one of them aside and was like, hey, you're secluding me, I feel left out, I can't hear anything they're saying. And she literally just looked at me and walked away, and I was like, fuck that, like, no. I was so pissed. Like, I think at that point different people react differently. Some people feel sad. I just was so pissed. I was like, are you kidding me right now? You told me something and you're not even making an effort. Yeah, it was really hard for me, especially because I thought I had this great group of friends. I thought I had these people who would always be by my side and always look out for me, but no, people thought I was weird. And then after that I just started hanging out by myself, and I would sort of float around from group to group. I'm a huge floater. Like, even now, like right now I have my 4 best friends, but I am kind of a floater, and I do kind of talk to everyone, and I kind of think it's because of what happened way back in the day in elementary school when I used to get really bullied and really ignored. So I would just hang out with the people who would give me attention. I see these people even now in high school who have been best friends with the same people since elementary school, and I can't help but think, if I didn't have this disability, if I could hear them, would I be best friends with the people in my elementary school? I mean, to be honest, I don't really talk to anyone from my elementary school. I mostly talk to people who I met either in middle school or in high school, and mostly the people that I met in high school from the other middle schools, because I'm just a better communicator. They didn't know me back then when I was awkward and didn't really stand up for myself as much, and it's just an easier, better fit. Okay, I've been rambling a lot. Now for the advice. If you are going through this, know that you are not alone. I repeat, you are not alone. There are so many people dealing with this, and sometimes they're dealing with it silently and you might not notice. So if you see someone kind of on the sidelines, please go talk to them. Please be their friend. You never know what you could save them from. You never know what they're going through, and they could be an amazing friend. Number 2, know your worth. You're an amazing person no matter what you're going through. Your disabilities are not what makes you you. They are just something that you have to live with. So know that, and know that you're an amazing person who can contribute things to the conversation that others cannot. I would try talking to the group of people that you hang around with. Maybe they would be more understanding and accommodating than my friends were. You never know. Like, my best friend now never used to put on closed captioning with television, and then I told him, I'm like, yo, I can't hear anything, and then now he always puts closed captioning on for me, and it's literally like the best thing ever. I love all my friends because they all do that for me, because they know how much it actually helped me. I would try talking to the people, because sometimes people just don't know how you're feeling, and they don't know how affected you are by their actions. If that doesn't work, please remove yourself from the group. Those people obviously don't care enough about you to want to be accommodating and to want to be your friend, and if that is the case, then why are you hanging around those people? I know they might have been your friends since you were little. You can't see yourself ever separating from the group. Separate. You never know who could be your friend or who could be there for you. So please distance yourself, hang out with someone else, and you never know what could happen. Also, it helps to not be judgmental yourself. I know it's hard when all these people are pressing judgments on you and bullying you for something that you really can't control. When you press judgment back on others and you start insulting people like out loud or in your head, and you just become this closed shell because you're judging everyone and you're scared of getting hurt. Be vulnerable. Place yourself in a position where you can get hurt and be vulnerable, because that allows people to open up to you and for a stronger relationship to be formed. Some of the people that I'm really close with today, I would have never imagined being friends with back in the day. You know, they were the popular kids, the kids that I could never hang out with, and I just started talking to people, and if you get to know people for who they are and not on the stereotype placed on them, could be the nicest people ever. And that's what happened to me in middle school. I just started talking to this person, and from that one person I had a group of friends, and they were so understanding and so accommodating, and they were opening up to things that they were dealing with, and we were just one big support group. Not all people are mean. I promise you, more times than not, people are just curious to know more about you and to know what makes you you, and they're not coming from a place to be mean or to bully you. But the people that you hang around the most and the toxic people in your life who might be bullying you are the ones that are actually mean. So just know that if you have these people bullying you and being mean to you, that's not what others are like. Most people are really nice and really understanding, and it's up to you to find those people, and they are there and they do exist, and some of them are right next to you. Don't make everything about you. This is the best way to make friends, the best way to get people to like sort of open up and care about you is ask questions about them and try to get to know them for who they are, and they will try to get to know you for who you are. Honestly, the biggest thing that helped me and the reason why I am the person that I am today is because I literally talk to everyone and I don't care, because I know that some people are gonna be mean, some people are gonna judge me, but if I go into the world trying my best not to judge others, trying my best to be vulnerable and be open, I'm really just helping myself, because even though I might have 10 people that don't accept me for who I am, I'm gonna have one person, 2 people who actually want to get to know me for me, want to be my friend, and we could develop something that is amazing. I wouldn't be in the position that I am today, and I wouldn't have the friends that I am today if I wasn't vulnerable and I wasn't open. And I know it's hard because I was such an introverted person growing up. I was so scared to talk to people because I knew they were gonna judge me, and I just didn't want to put myself in a position to be hurt. But I think having a disability and being in the position that really sucks, you have to grow up and you have to mature faster than other people. And even though you might not see it right now, it's really gonna help you in the long run, because you will be so much better prepared to tackle life if you're faced with these hardships now, because you are gonna have people down the road, no matter who you are, even if you don't have a disability, who are going to be mean and judgy and rude to you, and it sucks. And it really does, like, it's the worst position in the world, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but it really does help you even if you can't see it now. So I would say that I'm an introverted extrovert or an extroverted introvert. I don't know. I mean, when people see me, they're like, wow, you're so extroverted. You know, I go, I talk to strangers, like even the closest people in my life and my advisors and my teachers, they're like, wow, you just really go and talk to everyone and you're so nice. It's because I have learned that I have to be that way in order to develop the relationship that I want to develop, and in order not to get bullied, I have to seem like I'm super confident, even though I'm still struggling with my own insecurities like everybody is. It's important to fake it and be confident and to let your personality shine, because people are going to resonate with that, and people will want to be your friend and see you for more than just your disability. Because if you think about it, it's just one very small part of what makes you you. There are so many things that make you you: your personality, your hobbies, your interests, your talents. You are such an amazing person that everyone wants to be friends with you. They just have to see you for who you are. And I know it sucks that you have to be the person to put in the work, but you will not regret it. And I know that you might look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh my god, nobody wants to be my friend, I'm just so screwed up. Like, no, I swear to god, everybody has something and everyone is beautiful in their own way. And I know it sounds so cheesy, but I really noticed this. Like, sometimes I see people and I'm like, ooh, they're like not that good looking, and then they show me an act of kindness, or they just turn out to be an amazing like person, like on the inside, and they literally transform in front of my eyes. I'm like, wow, they are such a beautiful person. And it just goes to show, if you are open and show your personality and do things that you want to do and be kind even when others are not kind to you, you never know what could happen. And I'm rambling, and I don't even know if this video was helpful. I really hope it helped you. If you are still watching this, please carry on. If you have any other questions, anything you want to talk to me about, please leave it down below. And I love you guys so much. Stay strong, and I'll see you next time. Bye.